You know, Bill, I was thinking how interesting it was that Michael Waltrip has made a home here at the Daytona International Speedway. You know, for a long time, Michael came here and loved Daytona, but he never won. In fact, he never won any races, ran hundreds of races, and didn't win. And then he won the Daytona 500 in 2001, and he kept winning on restrictor plate tracks, including 3 wins right here at Daytona. He starts his 40th Daytona race, 39th tonight, 39th time he's run here, and Michael Waltrip, welcome home. Alan?
Well, Dave, Jimmy Johnson held the championship lead for some 3 months until last Sunday's race on the road course in Sonoma, California, when a mechanical problem cost him a poor finish and put Greg Biffle into the championship lead. Jimmy Johnson has a spring in his step. He's excited to get this race started, believes he has a good car. I talked with him earlier. He can't wait to try and see if he can get his first win at this great speedway. He starts 3rd. Matt?
When you look at one driver on the grid who probably has the most momentum coming into Daytona, that would have to be pole sitter Tony Stewart. The last 2 races, he has climbed at a rapid pace 6 spots in the championship standings. When you look back to his history here at Daytona a year and a half ago, right here at NBC, he almost won the biggest race on the schedule, the Daytona 500, finishing second to Dale Earnhardt Jr. He has done just about everything here at Daytona in a stock car. He's won an International Race of Champions race. He's won 2 Budweiser shootouts, the All-Star race for pole winners. He won a Gatorade Duel, his twin 150 back in February, and he also won a NASCAR Busch Series race here. What's missing? A points-paying restrictor plate race in his Nextel Cup car. During practice, he could go anywhere from the back to the front. He could run the highest side and the bottom. He's got the total package ready for tonight to put another check mark on his racing resume next to another major goal: win a points-paying race here at Daytona. Bill?
Thank you, Matt. Tony Stewart will lead 43 cars to the green flag in tonight's Pepsi 400 for the NASCAR Nextel Cup Series. Last night, 250 miles for the NASCAR Busch Series here at Daytona. The green flag came out, and they were underway. Lap 13, the first caution of the night.
Kyle Busch in the 5 car gets loose, comes down, hits Carl Edwards, and watch this trip. Down through the mud, the grass.
It must have rained here.
Unbelievable. Finally, the car goes around, does a 360, and when he hits the asphalt, puts it in gear and drives off.
That's a cool way to spin, though. Look good.
Lap 56, Sterling Marlin in the yellow car, hard into the wall. He was okay. Caution was out. Lap 79, Dale Earnhardt Jr. just has the engine blow up. Paul Menard ran into the back.
And we were lucky last night. There was a lot of single-car accidents, so to speak. We didn't have the big one until, well, this was start of it.
Yeah, but another single-car incident.
Yeah, then later it came.
That's Michel Jourdain.
Yep, and he was really disappointed. And this was the moment we all feared. Randy LaJoy, Justin Labonte, and about a dozen cars tangling on the next to last lap. Everyone was okay after that. You ride on board with Ashton Lewis.
And I thought he might have got through that wreck clean, but that was not the case.
Was not. Went to a green, white, checkered finish, and the checkered flag went to Martin Truex Jr., and then in victory lane, he told Alan Bestwick that he has signed to drive in the NASCAR Nextel Cup Series with DEI next season in the 1 car with Bass Pro Shops as the sponsor. Kevin Harvick second, Biffle, Kenny Wallace a good run, and Clint Boyer another strong finish. Take a look at the championship standings in the NASCAR Busch Series. After 18 of 35 races, they're past the halfway mark. Truex by 71. Then it's 94 back to Sorensen. Carl Edwards trying to do the double, 214 off the pace 3 in front of Kenny Wallace. They continue to do some touch-up work around the Daytona International Speedway. NASCAR's biggest fans are here, too, waiting for the Pepsi 400.
Ladies and gentlemen, will you please welcome United States Secretary of Defense, the Honorable Donald Rumsfeld, as he gives those most famous words in motorsports.
Race fans, on this great 4th of July weekend, and on behalf of all the wonderful young men and women that serve our country in uniform all across the world, it's a privilege to say, gentlemen, start your engines.
fans have been waiting for throughout the day and into the night. 43 cars roaring to life along pit road at the Daytona International Speedway. Tony Stewart and Scott Riggs poised on the front row. The 17th race of the NASCAR Nextel Cup season. When we come back to Daytona, 43 cars on the track. Now we approach the green flag. It's been a patient waiting process, but now we're set to go. The Pepsi 400 coming up on NBC. Well, the engines have fired and the flash bulbs are popping here at Daytona. The fans getting their photographic memories of their big night at Daytona. Waiting for 43 cars to pull off of pit road. And then the start of tonight's running of the Pepsi 400. Budweiser, the official beer of NASCAR, is the proud sponsor of the Budweiser Pole Award, given to the fastest qualifier in each NASCAR Nextel Cup Series race. Budweiser congratulates Tony Stewart for this weekend's race, winning for his pole, and the latest Budweiser Shootout eligible driver. So congratulations to Tony Stewart. And here's what you've been waiting for.
All right, cars are rolling. Not only have we been waiting, these drivers have been waiting.
Thinking the same thing. These guys are as happy as the fans right now to be in those cars strapped in, because that's the hardest thing for a driver is waiting around to get going.
Number Sterling Marlin, a different look. There's DJ.
This is Jeff Burton.
Jeff Gordon starting 15th. Well, this is Ricky Rudd, who had such a terrific run last week out at the Infineon Raceway. But he was second to this guy.
That's right.
Thomas Stewart.
Michael Waltrip. And back in 39th. Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Giving a high sign to his crew as he rides by. But again, I don't think 39th is going to be a problem if, as Wally said, they don't have that big crash in front of him and he just can't miss it.
He's been extremely confident every time you've talked to him throughout the weekend. He seems confident in his car and certainly confident in his team, despite what they've been through this season, being so far back in the championship standings.
Well, he's done this so many times, come from the back to the front. If he's got a good race car, which he does, the problem is right at the start of the race, everybody's just side by side, 10, 15 rows back. So it's hard to get to the front until things get strung out a little bit. But once they do, he's coming.
Well, Earnhardt Jr. starts 39th, and here are all the people he's going to have to pass tonight to get to the front. Tony Stewart on the pole next to Scott Riggs with an outstanding qualifying run.
And back in row 2, Jimmy Johnson trying to reclaim the lead in the NASCAR Nextel Cup points. And boys said a teammate to Scott Riggs.
That's going to be fun to watch.
Oh, it is.
It's going to be fun to watch. Joe Nemechek, Elliott Sadler.
Nemechek, another car out of that MV2 Motorsports stable, 3 in the top 5.
And there's a guy, 29, I think is going to be really strong tonight. Those RCR cars run so well here at Daytona.
Rusty Wallace has never won here. This is his last race in the Nextel Cup Series at Daytona. Would love to go to victory lane. Kerry Earnhardt would like to be the Earnhardt in victory lane when it's over. Great qualifying run from Kerry.
There's Robbie Gordon and Bobby Hamilton Jr. And boy, that 32 team needs a good run. Those guys were sweating bullets trying to get in this race because they needed to get in on time. And they did very well.
Dale Jarrett has won this race several times. He knows how to win. And Mike Bliss, some concern about the engine in that car. We're not able to change it. Hopefully it'll last all night.
But that car was fast in practice, Mike Bliss's car. It's Jeff Gordon and Brian Vickers.
A couple of teammates.
Yeah.
Michael Waltrip, and the championship leader, Greg Biffle. 5 wins this season. His first career victory came in this race 2 years ago.
And this year, Biffle has been qualifying about 18th to 30th, somewhere in that area. Not qualified well at all. Johnny Sauter there in the 09 car dominated the Busch race in Milwaukee last Saturday night.
Hermie Sadler, a good qualifying run, got him in. Next to former series champion Bobby Labonte.
Bobby's got a long way to go to help his teammate.
Mark Martin, also in his farewell season on the Nextel Cup circuit. Love a Daytona win to add to his list of accomplishments.
Yeah, Mark lives about 10 miles from here.
Right.
A lot of celebrating going on. Travis Quapple, Scott Wimmer back in row 13. Quapple, teammates of Rusty Wallace and Ryan Newman.
Kurt Busch, the reigning Nextel Cup Series champion, back there in row 14.
Another fast car.
A lot of guys are talking about that 97 car being fast. That's right.
Got to be faster.
I know, yeah. I got to be faster. That's right.
Casey Mears and Dave Blaney make up row 15.
Blaney and another RCR car.
A lot of good cars back here, too.
There are.
Jeremy Mayfield, Kyle Busch.
And Slugger Labby, the crew chief on the 19, said, hey, we're okay. We good. Well, we'll see.
Jamie McMurray in row 17, along with Carl Edwards. Edwards with 2 wins already this season, looking to get a victory at Daytona.
Now, that's 2 bright, smiling faces, isn't it?
2 young stars on the rise right there. 2 veterans right here. Ricky Rudd looking for a Daytona win, and Kyle Petty in row 18.
Sterling Marlin and Matt Kessler. Sterling knows how to get around here, get to the front.
He's won 3 or 4 races here.
And Matt told us earlier tonight that car is good enough to get to the front. Here's where everybody will be looking when the green flag falls. Back in row 20 at that big red 8 car. Dale Earnhardt Jr. right next to Kenny Schrader.
I'll tell you one thing, that guy driving that
He's squeezing him a little, isn't he?
That truck that's drying off the racetrack, he's got a lot of nerve, I'll tell you that.
And Mike Wallace starts 43rd.
And I'll tell you what, Mike Wallace at this racetrack is no slouch.
Now, Kenny Wallace, Mike Garvey, Dan Partis, and Morgan Shepherd didn't qualify. The 73 and the 89 withdrew. Late word from NASCAR. The 8 car was allowed to make the transmission change that they talked about after their qualifying run yesterday. The 32 also goes to the back for unauthorized work on the car.
And I think the 0 car did check his engine, which you can't do. They checked it to make sure it was okay.
But they didn't change it.
But they didn't change it.